Why hasn't anyone on TV had the courage to say Vinny Del Negro isn't good at his job? Let's address that, shall we? Someone just asked why no one on TV admits that Vinny's bad at his job. This will be fun. All right, so that to me speaks to a larger point. And the larger point is as follows. TV people are kind to coaches. Media in general is kind to coaches. People very rarely go hard at coaches in the ways that they go hard at players. The reason is fairly simple. These guys that do TV, like especially when you start talking about TV, they need to talk to the coaches. Like they need to have positive, amiable relationships with the coaches. The other thing is, if you're doing TV for a basketball broadcast, you work for the league, right? I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. And they're not about having you go hard at these coaches. They're not. There's also option two, which is the fact that you don't necessarily need anybody to tell you that Vinny Del Negro is kind of boo-boo at his job. I mean, it's so readily apparent. And I'm not, I'm not trying to be mean to the man or anything like that, but he's a poor coach. And he's been a poor coach since he got into the league. And quite honestly, I think he's a little bit better of a coach than he was when he first got in. But, this is where things get tricky with Vinny Del Negro. Let me get my wiki on. Okay? Because we know that Vinny's not a good coach. And if you watch Vinny at all in his teams, you know that Vinny is not a good coach. But you know what? This is Vinny's 4th year as a head coach. And this is the 3rd time that he will be in the playoffs. That's right. That's right. The Bulls pushed the Celtics to 7 games. 7 games in Derrick Rose's rookie year. You remember that? 7 games. The Clippers, they are in the playoffs. They are still the Clippers, right? And all of that being said, not a thing positive of that has had to do with Vinny Del Negro. I think, can we all agree upon that? Can we all agree upon that? Like, when you watch the Clippers, do you see the coaching? Like, do you see, like, when you watch the Bulls, for example, you know that's a well-coached team. You look at the way the ball moves, you look at the different things they do. That is a very well-coached team. You watch the Celtics, and you can see that that is a very well-coached team. Same with the Spurs. You go out, the Lakers, Mike Brown is not a great offensive coach, but you can look at that team and see, man, there's some decent coaching that's going on with that. You don't see none of that ever with the Clippers. When's the last time you watched the Clippers game and said to yourself, man, that game swung on a Vinny Del Negro adjustment? They came back down from 20-something goddamn points against the Grizzlies, and there was no adjustment. Think about that. I mean, if there was an adjustment in game 1 of this series, I'd love for you to tell me what it was, because I didn't see them make an adjustment. I just saw them go ahead.